Wanna get your brows from this to this? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another 24 days of Christmas video. So I recently was taught how to do my brows and I have been loving the way this lady taught me how to do my brows, and I wanted to just quickly plug you guys and just show you guys how I've been doing my brows recently. I have been having quite the journey when it comes to brows. I started like learning how to do makeup, I think it was 2017, and back then I wanted to literally use a black pencil to do my brows, and then my cousin was like, girl, we don't use that. And then I started trying to use like a pomade for that, and I've been using a pomade for the longest time. I've had like different transitions. I'll like maybe put up a picture of how my brows have looked over the years, and until recently I would just use my got to be and then just shape the brows and there would be nothing on the brows. I still kind of like that, I feel like, but she shaved my brows and I couldn't just do that method anymore, so I decided, let me just do the method that she taught me, and then until my brows like grow back. But I'm kind of actually liking it, so I'm just gonna show you guys how I do it. And yeah, so we're gonna use like just 4 things. I'm going to be using my got to be what is this? This is the brows and edges gel, and then I'm going to be using a foundation, like the foundation that I'm going to be using on my face for the day. And then I'm going to be using this pencil. This is the Essence one, and I cannot tell you what it is. Maybe I'll write down the name of the brow, the actual name of the brow product, because I know Essence has a few brow products that I've tried a few, but yeah, this one I really like it. And then I'm going to be using this brush. Can you see? This is like a thin brush and it's got like an edge like that to it, and this one's the one that I use. I have another one, I can maybe show you a cleaner one, but this one is just the one that I feel works best for me. It's the one I'm most comfortable with. And then you're going to need a concealer in 2 different shades. Now I'm going to use one concealer because it's like a dual pan, and it's this one, and it practically has 2 different shades. I just generally use this one, and then I make for the other shade I mix these 2. So yeah, let's get into it. I did one brow off camera, which is this one, and okay, let me show you guys how I got a brow that looks like this to looking like that. Okay, so the first thing that I start off with is my got to be glue. I have been loving this glue since I got them sent to me a couple of years ago. I've probably like replaced them a couple of times. This one isn't like my first tube. It's like my 3rd or my 4th, if I'm not mistaken. So I just like make sure that I don't have like a lot of excess of the glue on my brush. So if you look at this bristle thing here, you can see it's like a round, and then here it's a flat straight line type of thing. I don't know if you can see that. I'll put up a picture of how it looks like if you can't see that. So what I usually start off with, I start off with the side that is like flat, and I take my brows and I push it outward. Can you see? I start off by pushing it outward so it looks crazy, but yeah. And then I take it and I push them back like that. I don't take them too far back, and I don't take them too all the way straight up. I try to like make it at like a curved type of like angle, like 45 degrees type of thing. But yeah, and then I use this side that's like the curved side, and I just like perfect it like that. And can you see how my brow looks? And then I'm going to use my finger and I just like glue it down, also just removing any of the excess that is on it. And I just press and then I pull up, press, pull up, press, pull up, like that, until my brow looks like that. And you'll see there's like excess on my thingy, and then I just wipe that off with a wipe, and that is step number 1 done. And then I go in with my pencil. This is how the pencil that I use looks. I used to use the Essence one that was like very, very thin. That one lasted me like a solid week. Okay, that didn't last me, that barely lasted me. But then I finished it, and then I tried getting another one, and for some very odd reason the color just wasn't the same. I could never get it back in the same color. Like the color that I used to use was like a black brown. Is that a fly? Was like a black brown, but when I bought it again, it never looked the same. It was just too dark for me. So I then go in. I started over here. I don't started literally here. I started like right about there, and I just whoop it like that, like so. Just one solid straight line, and like that. And then depending on, I just look at how it looks comparison to my other eye, then I just maybe just like try to, you know. And then I go to the top brow, same thing. I don't start it all the way here, and I try to go with a light hand. I can see here I went a bit too harsh on it. I try to go with like a light hand, and then I do that. I make like a curve, an arc, but I don't make the arc too like sharp, you know, kind of like shoop, shoop. I don't do that. I kind of just make the arc like this, and I make it just a little free flowing, but you can still see that there's an arc up there. And then I just go and I fill in the brow lightly, very, very, very lightly. I don't like a dark brow. That's why for the longest time I didn't do anything to my brows. And you do that, and then when you move into the inner part of your brow, you go even lighter, kind of just like you're just like barely touching. Because I made this dark, I'm just quickly gonna like try and just like fluff it out a little bit. Yeah, that's much better. Ooh, okay, barely touching it like so, and there you have it. The next step, like I said, I use one thing. So I'm going to go in with this lighter shade over here. That's the one I'm going to go in with, and I'm going to now shape my brows. And I don't take it from the beginning. I started like roughly here, like a third of the way in, and then I just shape my brow like that, and then like so. Then I just perfect it. I just like fluff it out so it's nice and blended. And be careful not to get rid of that sharp edge that's here at the bottom. You still want to keep that sharp edge. Like you can see here, there's still an edge, but it's not that sharp, but you still want to keep that edge there. And then I just do that. And then I'm gonna quickly clean out my, you could literally use different brows for this. I just don't, because I'm lazy. But I just clean it out with like a tissue. And then now I go in with both of these. I mix them together to get this. If this is like 2 to 3 shades lighter than your skin tone, then this one should be like a shade lighter, 1 shade lighter than your skin tone. Not your exact skin tone, but also not too light, just 1 shade lighter than your skin tone. And that's what that one should be. And then on the inner part of my brow, I go in and I do that. Can you see like the two differences? The inner part isn't as dark, isn't as light as the outer part. And I feel like sometimes when I'm doing my brows, I'm like, these look the same. They literally look the same. But once I've done my entire, and then I usually just to ensure that they're on the same line. I usually just take it across here, kind of like like a unibrow type of situation, but I don't need to. And then I just blend in the two shades together like so. Okay, and then I just took like a break. I had to go and do something, but let's continue. So, and then I just clean off my brush again, and then I use my L'Oreal. I still use the L'Oreal Infallible, like the 24-hour fresh wear, the old one. I want to finish this one before I can buy the new and improved one, but yeah, I feel like this one oxidizes on me though, so I don't know if I should go back and get the same shade or buy like a lighter shade, because it looks perfect when I first apply it, but then it really does oxidize on me after like a couple of hours. And I feel like the lighting is also just a tad bit darker, I don't know. But anyway, so then I go in and I use my, when I use the foundation, I try to go like as quickly as possible, because it's foundation, you know, it's not as it's not the same as concealer. So then again, I don't start here, I start roughly here, and I do just one swoop like so, and then I will go in and blend it out like that. And then I will just use whatever excess is left on the brush, and then I will do this in the front of my brows like that. Like so. And then I'll go in with my brush and I'll just like buff it out, like, and just make sure that it is nice and seamless and it looks as natural as possible, and there aren't any like sharp lines there. And that is how my brows look. Now sometimes it works out perfectly and your brows look like siblings. They don't have to look identical, they don't have to be twins, but they do need to be related, okay? And sometimes they do look related, and then other times they look like distant cousins, okay? This is one of those moments. They definitely look like distant cousins. So I can just go back in and just try to make the other one look as close to the other one as possible. What I usually do is I look at the one that looks slightly bigger, because it's always easier to make a brow shorter than it is to make it bigger, because then if I make it bigger I'd have to apply more pencil. But if I make it shorter, then like smaller, then I can just use my concealer and just like do that with the concealer. And like I said, can you see? And then sometimes I just make it like slightly bigger, but that works a whole lot better. And that is it. And then I just go back in with my brush and I just make sure that everything is blended. Usually I'll just go in with concealer and just apply concealer full on my eyelids, but I'm not like doing the rest of my makeup right now. I'm just gonna do it a bit later on. And then I just take, there's literally nothing on this apart from the excess that I just use to blend out, and I just whoop it around here and just lightly like apply it the front of my brows, and then I just dab it to going more towards the end of my brow, and just make sure everything is nice and blended and seamless. And yes, so that, guys, is my updated brow routine, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I hope it is very helpful to you guys, and like I said, or did I not say this before? But makeup is a process. It takes time, it takes a learning curve, and I feel like me doing my brows like this right now, it might not be like that in the next, maybe the next month, maybe the next week, even depending on how I feel. That's why I love makeup so much. It's forever changing, forever evolving, and you can make it look however you like. There was a time when I was into the fluffier brow, but now I'm into more the defined type of brow, and I think it's because my brows, like I said, were just shaved off. But if they can grow, if they grow, when once they grow back like to the original way that they look, I might just go back to the fluffier brows. And yes, so that is it for me today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys will like, comment, and subscribe to my channel and join my little family. Until next time, guys, bye.